You know that feeling when you're invisible in your own family? When everything you do gets overlooked, dismissed, or straight up ignored. When there's a golden child who can do no wrong, and then there's you? Yeah, I lived that for 28 years. But here's the thing about being underestimated your whole life. People never see you coming. And when they finally do, it's too late. My name's Adriana, I'm 35 years old, and for most of my life, I was the disappointment of the Martinez family. The daughter who never lived up to her potential. The one who wasted her opportunities. The sister who could never measure up to the family golden girl. My older sister, Maya. Maya was everything my parents wanted in a daughter. Charismatic, confident, went to Harvard, graduated top of her class, landed a prestigious job at a Fortune 500 tech company right out of college, climbed the corporate ladder fast. By 32, she was a VP pulling in $300,000 a year. My parents worshipped her. Everything was, Maya did this, and Maya achieved that. And why can't you be more like your sister? And me? I was the screw-up. Let me take you back to where it all started. I was never good at school. Not because I was dumb. I just learned differently. I struggled with traditional education. Tests made me anxious. Lectures bored me. I barely graduated high school with a 2.8 GPA. My parents were mortified. Maya had a 4.0. Valedictorian. Full scholarship to Harvard. I got into community college. Barely. We don't understand what happened, my mother would say, shaking her head. Maya was such a good student. Why can't you apply yourself like she does? I tried to explain that I wasn't Maya, that I had different strengths. But they didn't want to hear it. I dropped out of community college after a year. It wasn't for me. I was miserable, failing classes, wasting money we didn't really have. My father didn't speak to me for 3 months after that. You're a quitter, he said when he finally did talk to me. Maya would never give up like this. She has drive, ambition. You have nothing. I was 19 years old, and I believed him. So I got a job, a crappy retail job at an electronics store. Minimum wage, long hours, rude customers, but I was good at it. Really good. I understood technology intuitively, how things worked, how to fix them, how to explain them to people who didn't get it. Within 6 months, I was the top salesperson. Within a year, I was assistant manager. My parents never asked about my job, never congratulated me on my promotions. To them, retail wasn't a real career. It was something you did when you failed at everything else. Meanwhile, Maya was at Harvard. Then Maya got her big job. Then Maya got promoted. Again and again. Every family dinner was about Maya. Every holiday. Every phone call. I stopped going to family events as much. It hurt too much to sit there and be invisible while everyone celebrated my sister. Then, when I was 23, I started learning to code. A customer at the electronics store was a software developer. We got talking. He told me about coding boot camps, about how you didn't need a degree, just skills and determination. I was intrigued. I started teaching myself at night after work. Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I was obsessed. It clicked for me in a way school never had. I wasn't memorizing information for tests. I was building things, creating things, solving actual problems. I saved up and enrolled in a 3-month intensive coding boot camp. Best decision I ever made. I got my first developer job at 24. Junior position, $55,000 a year. Not amazing, but it was a start. My parents' reaction? That's nice, Adriana. Maya just got promoted to senior director. I stopped telling them about my career after that. But I kept working, kept learning, kept building. I switched jobs every 2 years, each time for more money and better opportunities. Junior developer to mid-level to senior to lead developer. By 28, I was making $140,000 as a lead developer at a startup. My family still didn't care, because Maya was making more. Maya was a VP. Maya was the success story. And then when I was 29, I took the biggest risk of my life. I left my stable job and started my own company, a software development firm specializing in AI solutions for mid-sized businesses. I had $50,000 in savings. I had connections in the industry. I had skills. And I had something to prove, though I'd never admit that out loud. The first year was brutal. I worked 100-hour weeks, slept in my office, lived on ramen and coffee, Nearly went bankrupt twice. But I landed clients. Small ones at first. Then bigger ones. Then major contracts. By year 2, I had 15 employees and $2 million in revenue. By year 3, I had 40 employees and $8 million in revenue. By year 4, I had 80 employees and $25 million in revenue. By year 5, last year, I had 150 employees and $60 million in revenue. My company, Nexus AI Solutions, had become one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the region. And I never told my family. Not once. I let them keep thinking I was just some girl who worked in tech. Some developer at some company. Nothing special. Why didn't I tell them? Pride, maybe. Or spite. Or because I knew that even if I told them, they'd find a way to make it about Maya. So I just didn't say anything. I skipped most family gatherings. Made excuses. Too busy with work. Can't make it this year. Sorry. The few times I did show up, nobody asked about my life anyway. It was always about Maya. Maya got another promotion. Maya bought a house. Maya is dating someone. Maya. I'd sit there, smile politely, and leave as soon as possible. Then, 3 months ago, everything changed. I got a call from my mother. Unusual, since she rarely called me. Adriana, we're having a big family dinner next month. Your father's 70th birthday. You need to be there. No excuses. I'll try, Mom. No. You'll be there. Maya is flying in from New York. Everyone will be there. We want the whole family together. I sighed. Fine. I'll be there. Good. And Adriana, please try to dress nicely. Maya is bringing her new boyfriend. He's a doctor. Very impressive. We want to make a good impression as a family. Translation, don't embarrass us in front of Maya's impressive boyfriend. I almost canceled. Almost. But it was my dad's 70th. I could survive one dinner. The dinner was at my parents' house. About 25 people. Extended family. I showed up in a nice dress. I'd learned to dress well over the years, even if my family never noticed. I brought an expensive bottle of wine for my dad and a designer scarf for my mom. My mother barely looked at the gifts. Oh, thank you, Adriana. Put them on the table. Maya brought your father a Rolex. Isn't that thoughtful? Of course she did. Maya was already there, holding court in the living room. Tall, beautiful, confident. Her boyfriend, David, was indeed impressive. Handsome. Successful. A cardiologist. Adriana! Maya greeted me with a hug that felt performative. Long time, sis. How've you been? Good. Busy with work. Still doing the tech thing. Yeah, still doing the tech thing. That's cool. Steady work, you know? Important. She said it like she was patronizing a child. I just closed a deal that's going to bring in $50 million for my company. Biggest quarter we've ever had. Congratulations, I said flatly. The evening continued like that. Quick question. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever been the overlooked kid in your family? Where are you watching from? I need to know I'm not alone in this experience. Then came dinner. My dad stood up to make a speech. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, he began. 70 years old. Hard to believe. I've been blessed with a wonderful family. A beautiful wife. 2 daughters. Here we go. I'm especially proud of Maya, my dad continued, looking at my sister with genuine warmth. She's exceeded every expectation. Harvard graduate. VP at one of the biggest tech companies in the country. Making a real difference in the world. Sweetheart, you've made me prouder than you'll ever know. Everyone applauded. Maya stood up, humble bragged about her success, thanked our parents for their support. My father didn't mention me once in his speech. Not once. I sat there, eating my overcooked chicken, and wondered why I'd bothered to come. Then Maya's boyfriend, David, turned to me. So, Adriana, what do you do for work? He asked politely. I'm in tech. Software development. Oh, that's interesting. What company? I own a small firm. Nexus AI Solutions. We do AI integration for businesses. Nexus AI. His eyes widened. Wait, the Nexus AI. The one that just got featured in TechCrunch for explosive growth. The table went quiet. Everyone was suddenly paying attention. Yeah, that's us. David was staring at me like he'd just seen a ghost. Adriana, Nexus AI did $60 million in revenue last year. That's not a small firm. That's one of the fastest growing companies in the industry. Maya laughed uncomfortably. Come on, David. You must be thinking of a different company. No, David interrupted, pulling out his phone. I'm positive. I read the article last week. Nexus AI Solutions. Founder and CEO, Adriana Martinez. He showed Maya his phone. The color drained from her face. My mother leaned forward. Adriana, what is he talking about? I took a sip of wine. I own a software company. Have for about 6 years now. You own it? My father asked. As in, you're the owner? Founder and CEO, yes. And it made $60 million last year? Maya's voice was strained. Revenue, yes. About $60 million. The table was dead silent. Why didn't you tell us? My mother asked. I looked at her. Really looked at her. When would I have told you, Mom? During the conversations we never have. During the family dinners where nobody asks me a single question about my life. That's not fair. Isn't it? When's the last time anyone at this table asked me about my work? My life? Anything? I looked around. Anyone? Silence. That's what I thought. Maya found her voice. Wait, so you've been running a multi-million-dollar company and just never mentioned it? Why would I? You all made it pretty clear you weren't interested in my life. I was the disappointment, the screw-up, the girl who dropped out of community college. Why would you care about my little tech job? Adriana, my father said slowly, this is a significant achievement. Why wouldn't you share this with your family? I actually laughed. Dad, you didn't speak to me for 3 months when I dropped out of college. You told me I was a quitter with no drive. Mom told me I was wasting my potential. Every family gathering for the past decade has been about how amazing Maya is and how I'm just there. Why the hell would I share my success with people who've never believed in me? My mother looked hurt. We always believed in you. No, you didn't. You believed in Maya. You invested in Maya. You celebrated Maya. I was an afterthought. And now that you know I'm successful, suddenly you care. How much do you make? Maya asked bluntly. As CEO, that's really none of your business. Come on, you brought it up. David brought it up. I was perfectly happy letting you all keep thinking I was some regular developer. David, bless him, spoke up. Based on typical CEO compensation for a company that size, Adriana's probably making somewhere between $800,000 and $1.2 million a year. Plus equity. The table went absolutely silent. My father's mouth actually fell open. $800,000? Give or take, I said casually. Maya looked like she'd been punched in the stomach. Her $300,000 salary suddenly didn't seem so impressive. Adriana, why didn't you tell us? My mother asked again, her voice small. Because it wouldn't have mattered, I said honestly. If I'd told you 6 years ago that I was starting a company, you would have told me I was being unrealistic. That I should get a stable job. That I was making another mistake. We would have supported you. Would you? Really? Because when I told you I was leaving my stable developer job to start my own thing, you know what you said. You said, here we go again. Another one of Adriana's phases. My mother paled. I don't remember saying that. I do. Word for word. Because it confirmed what I already knew, that you'd never believe in me the way you believed in Maya. I stood up. Dad, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy the wine. It's a 1982 Bordeaux. Cost about $3,000. But I'm sure Maya's Rolex is nicer. Adriana, sit down, my father said. We need to talk about this. No, we really don't. I've spent 28 years trying to earn your approval, your attention, your pride. And I finally realized something. I don't need it anymore. I built a successful company without your support. I became successful without your belief. And I'm happy without your validation. Sweetheart. I'm not your sweetheart, I said quietly. Maya is your sweetheart. The one you're proud of. The one you brag about. The one whose achievements you actually care about. I'm just the other one. I walked toward the door. My mother followed me. Adriana, please. Don't leave like this. I turned to face her. Mom, do you know what my company does? She hesitated. Software development. We build AI solutions that help mid-sized businesses automate processes, increase efficiency, and scale sustainably. We've created over 300 jobs across our client companies. We've helped businesses increase their revenue by an average of 40%. We're changing how entire industries operate. She stared at me blankly. You have no idea what I do, what I've built, what I've accomplished, because you've never asked. In 6 years of running this company, you've never once asked me about my work. Because we didn't know it was important. It was always important, Mom. It was important to me. But it only became important to you when you found out there was money involved. I opened the door. Adriana, wait, Maya called out. Look, I'm sorry. We all are. Let's talk about this. Maybe we could even work together. My company is looking for AI integration partners. Maybe Nexus could. I laughed. Actually laughed. You want to work with my company now? Now that you know it's successful? That's rich, Maya. But no thanks. We're pretty selective about our partners. We only work with companies that respect us. That's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. Nothing about how this family treated me was fair. But I'm done caring about fair. I'm done trying to prove myself to people who will never see me as anything but a disappointment. I left, got in my car, a Tesla Model S that I'd paid cash for, and drove home to my penthouse apartment that I owned outright. The next few weeks were wild. My phone exploded with messages from family members. Suddenly, everyone wanted to reconnect, wanted to catch up, wanted to hear. My mother called daily, crying, saying she was sorry, that she didn't realize, that she wanted another chance. My father sent an email, a formal apology, saying he was impressed by what I'd built and would like to discuss it further. Maya tried a different approach, showed up at my office. My assistant told her I was in meetings. She came back 3 times before I finally agreed to see her. Look, I'm sorry, she said. I didn't realize you were doing so well. That's the problem, Maya. You only care now that I'm doing well. When I was struggling, when I needed support, where were you? I was building my own career. And I was building mine. The difference is I did it alone, without the family support, without the constant validation, without everyone telling me how great I was. So what? You want me to apologize for being successful? No. I want you to recognize that your success came easy because everyone believed in you. Mine didn't. I had to prove myself every single day with no safety net and no cheerleaders. She was quiet for a moment. What do you want from me? Nothing. I said honestly. I don't want anything from you or Mom or Dad or anyone. I'm done needing things from people who couldn't give them when it mattered. That was 2 months ago. I still don't talk to my family much. Maybe I will someday. Maybe I won't. My company just closed a Series B funding round. We're valued at $200 million now. We're expanding to 3 new cities, hiring 100 more employees. I made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list last month. The article mentioned that I'm a self-made entrepreneur who built my company from scratch with no family money or connections. My mother texted me. Saw the Forbes article. So proud of you. I didn't respond. Because here's the thing. I don't need them to be proud of me anymore. I'm proud of myself. And that's enough. Here's what I learned from all this. Being underestimated is a gift. It means people don't see you coming. And when you succeed, it's so much sweeter because you did it despite them, not because of them. Family doesn't always mean support. Sometimes the people who are supposed to believe in you the most are the ones who believe in you the least. And you don't owe anyone access to your success, especially people who didn't support your struggle. I'm Adriana Martinez. I'm 35 years old. I'm the CEO of a $200 million company. And I built it all while my family was too busy celebrating my sister to notice. They treated me like trash because they thought I was worthless. Now they know the truth. I own the company their favorite child wishes she could work for. And the best part, I didn't do it for them. I did it for me.